Hello and welcome to LimeWedgeLoej picks, who I think will make the playoffs based on all the games. I will go through and I'll pick every single one of the games based on who I win, based on their performance in the games and certain statistics. Like the first game, I believe, is clearly going to be Cincinnati, coming back from a bad loss before. Next one, the Falcons played horrible in a loss to Carolina, which made me happy as a Panthers fan, but the Giants will win it. A bad loss for the Bears, who lost to what I consider an inferior Vikings team. The Packers will keep their role in Chicago and will win. The Redskins at the Browns. The Browns have been playing better lately, but not as good as the Redskins. Redskins win. Vikings at Rams. Both teams had a nice win last week. The Vikings even better. But one of my favorite things is the Vikings are 1-5 on the road. The Rams are 4-3 at home. I think the home field advantage and how miserable the Vikings are on the road will give the Rams the win. Jacksonville at Miami. Miami is playing good enough that they should be able to handle Jacksonville. Another one that's given me problems is the Buccaneers at the Saints. The Buccaneers are horrible at an excellent quarterback, so I think that because of Drew Brees, the Buccaneers will lose and pretty much eliminate them from the playoff race. The Broncos at Ravens. The Ravens have not been playing great lately. I think the Broncos will go in there and get a win. The Texans, after being absolutely humiliated by the Patriots, I think they'll take out that aggression on the Colts. Texans win. Seahawks at Bills. This one I've been up in the air about because with the Seahawks not so great road record, but after the whooping they put on Arizona, I have to pick them. Speaking of Arizona, they're gonna lose. I don't see any possible way that the Lions will mess that up. The Panthers at the Chargers. The Chargers, I believe, will get the win. I will give them the edge at home because the Panthers played excellent against the Falcons, but not that those picks really matter. The Steelers at the Cowboys. Based on what I saw last week, the Cowboys will get the win. The Chiefs at the Raiders. Not that it really matters. I think the black hole will be the advantage. 49ers at Patriots. I have seen nothing why the Patriots won't win that game. Jets at the Titans. This one could be an interesting matchup, but I'm going to pick the Jets to win just because they've been finding a way to win. They've been two horrible games, but they won. Okay, the next week, Falcons at Lions. This is a very interesting matchup, but I think the Falcons will find their stride against the Detroit team who will find a way to lose. Saints at Cowboys. The Cowboys played too well for 2 weeks in a row. I don't see them beating the Saints. Packers obviously over the Titans. I don't think the Titans will be able to handle what the Packers bring. I think the Colts will run over the Chiefs and help the Chiefs secure a number 1 draft pick. But Jacksonville will be right there in the running. Buffalo at Miami. I'm going to give it to Miami because they're at home. That's a big thing. Home field advantage for two evenly matched teams. I think the Chargers will beat the Jets and pretty much end the Jets' hopes for a playoff berth. I think the Redskins will go to Philly and get a nice win that'll help them close in for a playoff berth. Bengals at Steelers. This is one of the hardest picks I'm gonna have to make because this could right here is basically a playoff game. Steelers at home, Big Ben. Will they get embarrassed? I don't think so. Not again. Rams at Buccaneers. This is another tough pick for me but I think the Rams will be able to pull out the victory. And the Rams will close in on a potential playoff berth if another couple teams lose. Panthers over the Raiders. Get to 5-10, trying to save Rivera's job. No reason the Patriots won't win that game. Vikings at Texans. If the Vikings were at home, they might have a chance to upset, but the Texans aren't going to lose. And I don't think, and if they lose in week 17, the Patriots will get the 1 seed. Will that happen? We'll see. Broncos over the Browns. The Browns will keep it closer than we think, but Peyton Manning will go Peyton Manning at the end. Bears at Cardinals. I don't. No Cardinals. No, you should feel bad, Cardinals. You should feel bad. I'd have you as the worst in my power rankings, but yeah. Giants at Ravens. I think the Giants are going to do it. Beat the Ravens. Make the Ravens right there on the edge. Might not win the division. 49ers at Seahawks. Based on the Seahawks' absolutely amazing record, not that you can see it, but I think the Seahawks will win because they're unbeaten at home, and the 49ers have lost their edge. They've lost that amazing edge that had them a notch ahead of everyone else. Oh, this is another tough one. But I believe Matty Ice is close enough to an elite quarterback, and the Falcons being at home, that they'll beat the Buccaneers and send Tampa Bay from what seemed like a potential playoff berth to a 6-10 season. Jets at Bills. I think the Jets will end with a 500 record and might possibly save Sanchez's and Rex Ryan's job. We'll see. Ravens at Bengals. Do the Bengals win and possibly get a playoff berth out of it? No, the Ravens take one last stab at it and hit a home run, even though that has fighting and baseball and a football thing. Yeah, deal with it. The Bears at the Lions. The Bears. Let's see. Jaguars at Titans. I think the Titans will win their last game and draft another quarterback. Texans at Colts. Can the Colts get a win in the last game at home versus the Texans? Nope. I believe it'll be closer than the previous one, but still an L for the Colts. Packers at Vikings. The Vikings are looking to have an 8-8 record and would love nothing better than to spoil Green Bay's party. Can they do it? No. Green Bay goes in and shows they're the better team than the Bears. Dolphins at Patriots. The Dolphins could win this and get to an 8-8 record and maybe the playoffs, but nope. Patriots just destroy them and just march into the playoffs as the favorites from the West. And I marked the Patriots win over the Broncos. Why? I give the slight edge to the Patriots. Yes, sadly, I think that the Saints will probably get the win over the Panthers. Not that that matters. Draft picks, whatever. 8-8 for the Saints, still not good enough for the playoffs. Eagles at the Giants. Poor Eagles. I think they'll keep Foles, but bye-bye, Vic. Maybe he'll go to the Cardinals and give them a slight breath of life. Browns at Steelers. If the Steelers lose to the Browns, that means I think the Jets will get in the playoffs. But the Steelers do lose to the Browns. But it's not enough for the Jets to get in the playoffs. And with that, the Redskins beat the Cowboys and knock out the Bears from the playoffs. Broncos, Chargers over Raiders. And the Chargers make the playoffs! The Chargers make the playoffs! Can you see that? San Diego fans go crazy! But they have to face the Broncos. So it'll be a short-lived celebration. The 49ers will beat the Cardinals, and at home the Seahawks will win. And how do you like that playoff picture? The Bears miss out on the playoffs. Both the Bengals and the Steelers miss out on the playoffs. That one's my most uncertain one. I think that one of those two teams will probably get the last playoff spot, but that's why this is fun. Thank you for watching, and this has been LimeWedgeLoej. If you like it, like it. If you comment, subscribe. Whatever you want to do it. Except if it's illegal. Don't do that. That's not good.